4. 1.3. Listen to Omar and Abla. Copy this table and make notes about their past lives. Omar:
I used to travel a lot for my job because I was a journalist. I used to report on all the sports events. I would go to all the football matches and write about them. Sometimes I would take my sons to the matches. I didn't used to have a computer. They didn't exist. I used to write my reports on a typewriter. But nowadays, everything is electronic. I couldn't be a journalist today. Mind you, I have learnt to use the internet. I read about sport on the newspaper sites. I also send emails to my grandchildren, and they send me their news and photos.
Abla:
Life was so different when I was young. There didn't used to be much traffic, and there weren't so many blocks of flats. We used to live in a house, but it didn't used to have any water or electricity. We would go to the well to get water and use candles and lamps for light. Nowadays, my life is much more convenient. We live in a beautiful modern flat with running water, electricity, and a washing machine and cooker. But sometimes I miss the old life.
Page 17. Exercise 4. 1.4. Listen and answer the questions. Does the voice start high or low at the beginning of WH questions? 1.
Where did the first newspapers appear?
2.
What were they like?
3.
Why are they cheap nowadays?
4.
Who reads a newspaper every day?
Page 23. Exercise 5. 2.3. Listen to the radio program and copy and complete the tips below.
Our guest on Book Club today is Paul Robinson, one of our best writers of adventure stories. Hi, Paul.
Hello, it's nice to be here.
Paul, what advice do you have for young writers?
Well, I want to talk about writing the story. First of all, you should write the whole of your story before you stop to check it. And you should have fun when you're writing your story. You should enjoy it. My second piece of advice is you ought to always write about things you know. If there's something you don't know, for example, what's it like on the moon, then do some research before you start writing.
What's your third tip?
When you've finished, you must read your story and make corrections. My fourth point is give it to your friends and family to read. They will tell you if there's anything you ought to change. Then make changes if you have to.
And do you have a final point?
And finally, to write good stories, you must practice. That's the most important thing you can do.
Thank you very much, Paul.
It was a pleasure.
Page 27. Exercise 5. 3.2. Listen and check your answers. 1.
He said that there were areas of tundra that were frozen for most of the year.
2.
He said that in Montreal there was an underground city.
3.
He said that Canadians liked skiing and skating, or travelling in snowmobiles.
4.
He said that he loved visiting old towns and cities.
5.
He said he was reading a book about local history.
6.
He said he was happy to be back home.
7.
He said that Canada was a very beautiful country, but there weren't any very old buildings there.
Page 29. Exercise 5. 3.3. Listen to the people talking about their plans. Make notes, then write reporting sentences. 1. Ibrahim.
I'm going to the Science Museum tomorrow.
2. Olivia.
My family is going to visit my grandparents at the weekend.
3. Henry.
When I get home, I'm going to do my homework.
4. Samira.
I'm going shopping with my mother this afternoon.
5. Layla.
I'm going to the airport with my father to collect my cousins tomorrow.
6. Nick.
I'm going to play football with my friends on Wednesday.